what was your perspective when all holy heck broke loose with Conor McGregor and Khabib hopping fences and everybody hopping fences and fists flying? What was your perspective there?
Rich, so I'm sitting right next to the Octagon. I jumped the fence, right, because your initial reaction is to help your friend. But when I got up there, I was like, what am I thinking? So when I got to Khabib, he's yelling and he's screaming. The security's grabbing him. I mean, it was absolute pandemonium. I look at him, and the security's trying to, no, DC, no. So finally he goes, this is my Capitan. Let him talk to me. Let him talk to me. So I look at him in the midst of all this, Rich, and I go, what in the world are you doing? I said, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? He goes, just quit. You got to calm down. I go, what are you doing? But it was just such madness that there was a guy sitting behind me, a fan that really doesn't follow MMA all that much, because he asked me who I was going for, not knowing I'm teammates with Khabib. After the fight, I'm in the Octagon trying to calm Khabib down. This guy had jumped the fence and was checking on Conor McGregor.
What?
He was in the Octagon. He was in the Octagon. The guy was in the Octagon, like, making sure Conor was okay. So I asked my wife, I go, who was that guy? Was he part of Conor's team? She goes, Daniel, he was a fan. Because after all that was happening, she goes, he just walked back out of the cage, got back over the rail, and got back in his seat. I was like, holy smokes. Security and the cops were so worried about everybody else that they didn't even notice that guy do that. It was crazy.
So let me just review here.
Crazy.
Let me review here. Some dude just chats you up, has clearly no idea about you, Khabib, the sport. He was just there just probably because he knew it was a big night in the sports world. It's Las Vegas. And so you hopped the fence to help Khabib, I guess, after he got back in to the ring, I guess, into the Octagon?
No, right away. Like, soon as he jumped the fence, we all jumped the rail. Me and Rocco ran to go try to see what was happening.
Okay.
This guy was dressed to the nines, right? Like, he looked like he could be part of Conor's deal. You know, they're always dressed so nice.
Right.
He followed, I guess. And when everybody was jumping the fence, he just followed and made it all the way to the Octagon. It was the craziest thing in the world. I can't remember the guy's name, but on Twitter, there's videos of him in the Octagon, like, giving his friends the thumbs up. They're filming him.
Wow.
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
So
it was crazy. It was
So let me ask you this then. Do you think Khabib's going to get back in the Octagon? And what is he doing, tiptoeing, tap dancing, or making nice with Floyd? I mean, what's this all about then, Daniel?
I don't know what this thing is with Floyd, honestly. I think, obviously you fight a Floyd Mayweather, you make a ton of money. And ultimately, that's what guys want to do, right? From basketball to football to MMA, everything. It's about making money. And if a Floyd Mayweather fight was to present itself, Khabib, like everybody else, would entertain it. But yesterday, Dana said something to the effect of, we're not playing this game with you anymore, Floyd. You want to fight one of our guys, sign with the UFC. That seemed to be the end of it. But as we've seen in the past, you never truly know what's going on. There's only a few people in the know, and I think there'll be some more clarity to that whole situation a little bit later.
Yeah, I just think there's too much money involved to not get McGregor and Khabib back in the Octagon. I just think there's too much interest, too much at stake, too much going on, too much natural bad blood to not see something like that play out again. DC.
Let me ask you a question, Rich. So, but here's the difference, right? When you watch the competition, the athletic competition, what in that fight makes people want to watch them fight again? It's what happened afterwards that goes, we got to put these guys back in there. Because in the actual fight, Khabib killed him.
He did.
But because of all the extracurricular, we're all like, we got to see him again. It's insane because it's almost like this thing worked out to the benefit of the fight.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I at least gave Dana White credit for having an immediate voice of contrition right off the top, saying that this is not what they were looking for, what they were hoping. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of business and liability reasons for all of that, but I also think people would have wanted to see it again just because they saw McGregor got his ass beat, to be honest with you, Daniel. And so many people were interested in seeing that or didn't want to see it and want to see this one more time and see McGregor and him face off before, et cetera. I think that might have been his interest, but you're right. That also might be a window into our society about what makes us interested.
You know, the thing about Conor is, for as popular as he is, redemption would be much sweeter. So maybe that's the draw. People going, well, our hero got beat up. Let's see him come back and beat what has become essentially an unbeatable guy. But hats off to Conor saying, if it's not Khabib right away, give me the next guy. I'll earn my way back to him. Dude's a competitor, man.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.